Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Next Level. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that was kind of large that happened. I want to talk about Hurricane Irma. So as you saw during the week of Hurricane Irma, I was unable to post, obviously, so William posted something for me. I just wanted to talk about my experience during the hurricane because I think it would be interesting for some people to listen to, because I think everyone has different experiences. Everything was different. Everyone had different results from the hurricane, and I think it'll just be something good to get my story of what happened out there. So while the hurricane was heading towards Florida, not exactly when it hit, when it started to become a Category 5, I was in Tampa with my family friends and one of my friends that goes to school with me. Her name is Katie. And so we went to the house in Tampa, and they were very, very, very lovely family to let us stay with them because it was just very sweet for them to open their home to us. They had 2 dogs, 2 children, and there's 2 adults and one of the adults' moms. So there was a grandma, a mom, a dad, 2 children, and 2 dogs, and then 2 of us. So there was 7 people and 2 dogs. And then they even took in another person, I think it was someone's cousin, to even help him too. So there were so many people packed in this house at one time, and it was just interesting. It was really interesting when it came up to when it hit. It started to get really tense in the house when the hurricane was near Florida, like starting to come really close to it. And I feel like that's to be expected because it was a Hurricane 5, which is the highest category, if you don't know that. And it just was very scary, and I feel like no one knew how to react, so everyone was getting like upset or scared or angry because they didn't know what to do with themselves. And Tampa wasn't being evacuated, so we said we could stay. Like, we could stay because we weren't on the edge, we weren't near the water, we were inland. So we were fine. We knew we were going to be fine. It's just scary to think about what's going to happen because the hurricane was supposed to go up the east, and then it was supposed to go up the west, and it was supposed to go right over us at one point, and then when it actually hit, it went straight up the middle. It just didn't do anything. No one knew what was going to happen, you know? So enough beforehand. Let's move to what happened during the hurricane. The 2 little girls that day wanted to do something. They wanted to play games, and they just wanted to have fun because we weren't really using electronics because the power almost went out. So we were like conserving power. We turned off the TV and we were using like laptops and tablets instead, like smaller things, so we wouldn't use as much electricity and maybe we could hold on to it, you know? It was just a thought. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but we were just trying, you know? And so the kids wanted to play some games. So we started by playing a card game called Spoons. It's literally where you take plastic spoons and put them on the ground. Then you have to pass cards like normal playing cards, and you have to get 4 of a kind, like 4 4 4s or 3 3 3 of the cards. And then when you get it, you're supposed to grab the spoon, and everyone else is supposed to scramble for the spoon. And we had a lot of fun doing that. And we had the littlest sit on the end, so it was easier for her to just grab the spoon, and all she used to do was just sit there and stare at the spoons until someone grabbed it, so she knew to grab it. And she actually won a couple times doing that, which is really funny. And then after that, the power started flickering a little bit, but the kids still wanted to play, so Katie and I are like, yeah, we're having fun, let's continue to play. And so then we started playing some music, and we started literally having a dance party in the house. So it was the 2 kids, Katie and myself, we were having a dance party in the middle of the house. It is so funny because it started by Katie and I just being like, hey, do you remember when you had like those really weird middle school or high school dances, and then they would play such and such a song? They would play like Cotton Eye Joe or Electric Slide or Mambo Number 5, like all these songs that we were going over. And so we then just started playing them. And then the kids were like, yeah, I know that song, or I don't know that song. So then they played. They knew most of them though. And then they played it, and then we danced to the dances. And then we would dance to other songs they knew or that we knew. So it was literally just a bunch of us jumping around and screaming and having fun. And then at certain points, the lights would flicker and it would look like strobe lights, basically. I feel like the kids and I were trying to make the best of the situation, and maybe the other people too were. Maybe they were playing games, maybe they were distracting themselves. But then after we started dancing, we started playing a game called Chicken in the Hen House, and it's basically like a yoga game. Like you would yell a pose and there would be lover's leap. So then you know how someone will jump into your arms and you hold them? That's basically what lover's leap is. So you say lover's leap and there's two teams, and then the smaller person has to jump into the bigger person's arms, basically. And it was just, we just kept doing that for a while. And then their mom came over and she started yelling out the things and we would play. And then I think we might have gone back to dancing. We literally just played the whole night. And believe me, when this was happening, the hurricane was hitting. It wasn't a category 5 at that point. I think it was a 2 when it was hitting us, which is really less than a 5, which is good, but it's still like a hurricane is passing through us. So I feel like I should have been more worried than I was, but I wasn't. And I was just having so much fun. And I feel like that's a really weird experience, but I don't know. I'm just really happy to have had that experience, because don't get me wrong, a lot of people around us got trees, like there were some trees on houses, there were trees down everywhere. At my campus, the power went out. Our power never went out. We were extremely lucky, and I'm not coming on here to say, oh haha, my power stayed on, or this or that, or we didn't do anything, or I had fun while you guys were sad. I'm just sharing an experience I had with some of my really close friends and basically family members. And even though my school got canceled because of a hurricane and I had to go be safe, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had, because I got so close to Katie and so close to that whole family. And I'm very, very grateful for it. And that's my weird story for the day. That during Hurricane Irma, the storm that was supposed to and did destroy a lot of things, I got very close to people and I found new friends and new things and new happiness. That's all I got for you. I'll show you guys some of the pictures that we took before and after the hurricane had passed, and just the fun that we had and all the stuff like that. And maybe it's something happy to remember, and maybe it's something that can help you replace the scary image that it was. Don't give it the power to scare you. Give it something happy to remember. And here's just your happy little note for the day. Okay? Thanks for letting me tell my story. And as always, like if you like the video, comment down below what you think I should say next, and don't forget to subscribe. You can click the bell if you want to keep up with my notifications, but if you think you can remember it, I post every single Tuesday. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye! Partners?
Okay.
Let's do this.
Swag. We got this.
Yeah.
Chicken in the house.
Come on!
Fishbowl. Backpack. Lover's leap.
I just like robbed you.
Fridge. Bed.
Keep going.
You're awesome.